Nigeria is known for beautiful policies, beautiful speeches. And one thing is making a speech or making an address to the people. Another thing is its implementation. So from here, what next?
Well,
he said earlier that Nigerians should watch because he gave timeline, from now to
that's how to actually follow government policies. That's how to openly, so that it's not as if you are preempting government or you are expecting the government to, to falter. So you have to be fair when you are assessing people, when you are assessing government, when you are, looking at policies of government. That's how to be able to, arrive at the truth. So having said that, what I expect is for the government to, to move into action. And one thing, of course, one of the major things that impressed me with the president's speech is the departure from the regular, free money that government, distribute amongst people without any clear room, without any clear, basis, because it gives leaves a lot of rooms for corruption, for embezzlement. So that has already been put to an end. So if you see what the president said clearly, all the transactions will be taking place through the banking system, and he defined some of the processes. In the distribution of buses, he said to be manned by transport companies. In terms of agriculture, he said farms. So there are people who are doing. I've been arguing for years, even as a person at individual level. If you want to give someone support, it is not enough to hand them money, to give them money. It is not enough. You can fund their businesses. You can fund their ideas. Don't throw money away. Don't just hand money over to people for no reason. Fund their businesses, fund their ideas. That's how to build something that is sustainable. So I think that reflected in the president's speech, and I am impressed about that. So what is next now is for us to begin to count. The president said from now till March, almost all the policies, he said from now till March, they are implementing from now till March. So what Nigerians should do is to begin to monitor the timeline, begin to follow through, so that you hold government accountable by its policies and programs, and not by your own feeling or by how you are expecting the government to do this or not to do this, but by its own programs.
And now who is going to hold them accountable when most times they shy away from the media?
No, Nigerians, you don't necessarily have to wait for the government to come to the media before you begin to. In fact, there are so many ways to even impact a bigger change than scandalizing government. As an individual, there are so many ways. You can write an email, you can write a letter, you can do so many things. You can write to your senator, you can write to your House of Reps member, you can write to the presidency. There are so many ways to make an impact without coming out to look as if you are trying to...
Anyway, it's a beautiful idea, but Ebuka, I don't know how many people know about what you're saying.
What I'm saying, but
about writing,
that's why, if we are intending to build, for our government, or for us to enjoy a working government.
Because this accountability is what is very, very important.
The implications
to help in checkmating the activities of government.
If the government, the basis for giving any individual mandate on behalf of the government or the people or the state is through this assessment. It is through this assessment. So when the government is not responsive, if your senator or your House of Reps member or your House of Assembly member is not responsive to the ideas or to the problems or to the programs that he
can we call the person back? Can we call the person back if he's not responsive?
No, we have to be real. The process of recalling a lawmaker is rigorous and complex.
Okay.
So it's practically
our time is fast spent. What's the way forward? Quickly before we go.